This is an early morning one, so I'm still a little bit waking up. I've been up for a couple of hours, but and I find that sometimes it's easier to attend when I'm not quite awake yet. Awake enough. Okay. I woke up at about 4:30 this morning thinking about a celebration invented by a family who lives in the town adjacent to mine. And it's called, I don't think they do it anymore, but it was called VIRGO Fest. It was just in celebration of Virgo time and of Virgos and being, I have a lot of Virgo placements in my chart. A lot. So I went a couple of times, and once I discovered it, and it was pretty spectacular. These guys lived right next to a granite quarry that had been quarried, and so there were one big one and a couple of smaller quarries filled with water. And they were also pyrotechnic kind of creative geniuses. They did these, I don't like fireworks. You know, I'm one of those people who thinks, they're scaring the dog. But something about the fact that these guys made the fireworks was very different. And they did the show in this very, like a symphony, like it had crescendos and, anyways, that was where this Virgo Fest was held. So it was against this backdrop of, they had a band and a food cart, but it was small enough. It was a couple hundred people. Virgo Fest. It happened right around the time, the first time I went, and maybe the only time I went, was right after my divorce. I mean, like, right after my divorce became finalized. So it was kind of like a whoopee. It was, I don't know, it was a very sad time, but at that point I was ready to find renewal and celebration. And I'd also written down, resistance is resistance through joy. It's somehow like accepting the fact that it's not acceptance, and it's just not resistance in the sense of putting a whole lot of energy into the block. Resistance through joy. Let that be the focus. Turn your attention toward joy. Follow your bliss. The guy I divorced was infuriated by that because it was when Joseph Campbell had a series on PBS, so a bunch of people were introduced to him through that, and he famously, has the credo, follow your bliss. That's how you end up in a state of cooperating with your destiny, being guided by what you love, by what ignites you, ignites your curiosity and your... Anyway, my husband, it just made him so mad. the idea of bliss. I mean, he just said, you know, some of us don't have the luxury of following our bliss. And I get that it's hard to discover your bliss if you're working your ass off in a job that you hate, or that's just draining you. It's too hard in some way. You're distinctly not following your bliss. Then the idea of it is, you know, apocryphal, or is that the right word? Here we go. Queen of Pentacles. And I saw the next card, so I'll go ahead and take it. Ten of Pentacles. That's bliss. Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign, you know, Virgo energy, Capricorn, Taurus, I don't know which it. You know, creating an environment like this. It's a, you know, bliss on earth card. How do you follow your bliss through your own life? Pentacles energy. In pursuit of something that can be, can go the distance. That's stable enough and real enough, you know, to go the distance. And it affects how we live. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. It's a really abundant card. You know, on every level in 3D, and part of, I mean, it's food, shelter, you know, things that support your care of yourself. So like the ability to afford health care, something like that. And it's abundance at every turn. Things that help you live your life. And it's a return for your effort and time. You, Queen of Pentacles, you, male or female, earth sign or not, we all have every energy somewhere in our charts. Two of Wands. I think you got here based on a decision about where to go. Reaching a crossroads and thinking, basically, I'm going to follow my bliss. You know, I've really regarded things and made this decision. Wands are directional. You know, this is approaching a kind of portal where you have to decide. You can reject the idea of deciding at all, but where you're presented with the opportunity to decide this way or that way. It's like a portal. It's like a portal. Tell us about Queen of Pentacles and the portal. It can also be like a decision to go home, a decision to invest in Pentacles energy, your own life, your own place, your own home, your own family, things that are present for you in 3D, in the here and now. Okay, under Queen of Pentacles, High Priestess. Divine feminine energy of intuition, Wands energy. I mean, it's this, technically it's Cancer, Libra, High Priestess. But to me, it's such an intuitive energy, the ability to see beyond the veil of everyday life. intuitively. And it's almost like, if I choose this, I can see how that will unfold. If I choose that, I can see how that will unfold. I'm tapping into my intuition, my wand's energy, to make this choice, because I can do it. I'm High Priestess. Kind of their equivalent or opposite energy would be Hierophant, in my mind. The traditional Orthodox root. This is kind of the root of spirituality, being open to your intuition, trusting it. If I follow my bliss, it will lead me home, basically, not necessarily to a place, but to the idea of some place you belong, that feeds you, that sustains you, that goes the distance. Three of Wands, under 10 of Pentacles. That's a card of manifesting it. It's coming into me. Wands being directional. This is sort of the ask. And this is we would say the prayer. And waiting for the answer. It's coming. Which way do I go? It could be two different people. But I think it's all the mystical one who can manifest, who can see through the veil and then draw it in that feminine energy of the moon. I'll receive it. I'll receive it. It's coming into me on the basis of some decision I made. Page of Pentacles, really grounded. This can be a lesson learned, like getting something like under your belt. You've gotten the ability to manifest. You've been practicing bringing things through, and it may have started small, and suddenly there's this bloom. There's this bloom, and it's coming, and you feel it vibrationally. You know. And it's a big deal. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Oh, and I just put the rest back in. All right, well, look at the first one that landed, that popped. Lovers. On High Priestess. I think someone's been manifesting this kind of connection. Card of Gemini, your match, your twin. The complementary, not identical, not an identical twin. You come in with different strengths and weaknesses, different, at different phases on the path. Divine Feminine may be a few steps ahead because she can see it coming. It's a card of choice. Choosing to make the decision based on intuitive energy, divine feminine energy. On Page of Pentacles, World card. That's a major arcana card of completion. It's the last card in the major arcana. This is like, it's not pipsqueak, but it's a pip card. That's one word for minor arcana. Everyday life. You know, there's this huge cycle being completed, like a like I'm hearing like cosmic, epic, you know, out there, biggie big. And yet in earth energy, it's not only it's half a pentacle. So as it shows up in 3D, in the here and now, it may seem like half-assed. Like what you see coming in 3D is very small and is kind of half-assed. This half pentacle. But it's backed up by this Capricorn, you know, the karmic lesson learned, the whole new phase, the key to the kingdom. I like this read. It's pretty amazing. On Queen of Pentacles, please. Spirit. 8 of Wands. Well, you're getting the messages. You're in the flow. Again, Wands energy, intuitive energy. You're getting these intuitive hits. And they're not like spooky. They're warm. They're lighting the way. They're inspiring you. You're an intuitive. No question about that. Tell me about the decision. 2 of Wands, 2 of Rods. We have 2 cards of earth energy completing the cycle, which means moving. Okay. Moving on to the next. Having completed a cycle, moving on to the next. And what absolutely popped out was Death card, Scorpio energy, completing the cycle, moving on to the new thing. This is looking to the future. What's coming into me? What have I manifested? Well, massive change. It's like turning over a new, whatever's coming in is like nothing you've experienced thus far. Turning over a leaf, a whole new chapter, you know, all those kind of book images. This is a card of Scorpio, of water energy, transformed feelings. High Priestess, Cancer. Now we have Scorpio. So there's definitely been a changing of the guards, or, you know, a cycle really coming to fruition, completing, and with the promise of the new thing. And compared to this, kind of prosperity and groundedness and established whatever, this may seem at first half-assed. It's half-assed, okay. But the transformation is happening nevertheless on 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Decision, decision. And I often read this as it's not an analytical decision. It's not sword energy. It's not about thinking it out. It's intuitive. And that doesn't mean like throw caution to the wind and fail to see ramifications and fail to think it through. But ultimately, having thought it through, you're at a crossroads now where it's like tap into intuition about where to go. You know, you can trust it. It will lead you home. Ouch. Just got an amazing cramp in my arm. Okay, on this Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups. You know, sometimes these readings are so positive, I feel like I must be doing something wrong. But, you know, maybe it's like accepting that what's coming in. You're waiting for this thing. You've been manifesting it for a while. And it's a different future. You know, on the level of feelings, water energy, it marks a big change. And we have Ten of Pentacles clarified by Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Like there's a giddiness attached to this. It's like, you know, and I'm hearing that Monty Python now for something completely different. You know, this will blow. The cards suggest, for some of you, maybe a lot of you, of us, this will be amazing. Because in 3D, you know, the connection, solid, going the distance, perhaps living together or blending lives in some really significant way, blending resources, you know, hooking up. There comes Rue. Okay? This connection doesn't compromise your individuality, neither one. Both of you independent and able to sustain yourself independently. But, you know, making the choice, all these two cards, to come together in 3D. You know, based on understanding sword energy, knowing that this is for real. Has the potential and room for your authentic self, like not having to present a false front or, you know, this is real life. You know, the place where we burp and make mistakes and have to try and work hard to hang on to our authenticity. It's a world that maybe would work against that. But we've established in our own world, Nine of Pentacles, in our own environment, the 9 card, you know, a degree of security, Pentacles energy, where we really can be our authentic selves. In our own environment and in the world. So I'm puzzled by this half-ass business, except to say it's really changing. Something's about to go into a whole new phase. It's been a long time. You know, I think both of you have been a long time single. 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficient, not needy, you know, meeting your own needs. Both your physical, like being able to take care of yourself, Pentacles energy, not necessarily financially, but maybe gaining traction in that part of your lives. In every part of your life. Justice. And you know, immediately I heard it's about time. It might be in Libra season. That's in a month. Less than a month. Something balanced and fair, based on some sort of decision. We have 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and now Justice, the major arcana card of decision. Clear, balanced, fair decision. You know, where nobody gets, you know, less than their fair share. 9 of Pentacles, Justice. It's a balanced relationship based on both parties being self-sufficient and independent. There's nothing needy here. It becomes clear that what's coming in is a relationship where the feelings are reciprocated and you're able to build something together, Pentacles energy, through time and effort and investment in the relationship. Both of you, 2 of Cups. You know, and its base, its foundation is the fact that you're both stable by yourselves. You don't need this. You recognize it. Card of individuality, card of connection. Both at the same time. No need to choose. Except the decision to follow your bliss. Next card, King of Cups. A change, you know, stepping up, really passing, like having passed the karmic test. Saturn, Lord of Kama, the great teacher. I think, well, let's see. King of Cups, I think it's somebody who's become secure in themselves. So they're secure in the idea, Sword energy, of relationship, of sharing love with somebody. Where maybe before they felt too vulnerable and put up a block. But they were intuitively drawn forward into a 3D connection. They felt secure, vulnerable but secure, having undergone some fairly massive change in 3D, but also on the level of the psyche. If something was blocked, if somebody couldn't see it, couldn't understand it, couldn't express it in words, somebody is able to understand. Oops, dropped 9 of Pentacles. Now there's clarity about the relationship. I don't believe it. Page of Cups, Queen of Cups. Coming into balance in a relationship. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. The match. Both seeing it. both understanding it. You're my person. You're my person. I can't even hold up all the cards that speak to this massive shift, this transformation. And I'm getting another timing card, and lately I've been getting timing. I usually don't even like to get timing cards, because tarot's so fluid. But it may be something that begins now, and a transformation really kicks up, really kicks into gear. The floodgates get opened in Scorpio time. The water flows. I mean, willy-nilly, the transformation is happening. Libra, Scorpio. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I just don't know what to say. So on the board, we have Gemini in Lovers. Divine Feminine, with an emphasis on Libra, that clarity, being able to see beyond the veil of everyday life into the deeps, into the deeper thing, into the Cancer energy of intuitive knowing. You know, it's mystical energy. Libra in Justice, making a decision, you know, because this is a card of choice as well. Lovers. We choose each other. Don't know what that was. Ruse up to no good. All these cards of choice, of decisions. Okay, Capricorn in the World. Cancer, Libra, and all the divine feminines in High Priestess. And that's it. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. Holy moly. I think Rue may have brought in something from outside. Well, it's magnificent. I love you guys. You're getting intuitive downloads about this. She's playing wild, I think it's a bottle cap or something. You know, and it may be like the return of joy. Remember I said something about resistance is resistance through joy. You know, let in the good stuff, because evidently, welcome it. Three of Wands, it's coming in. Coming in. Coming in pretty fast. Maybe preceded by some sort of confirmation or conversation. Wow. Wowie zowie. I'll see you next time.